I'm sure everybody wants to wish the teams the best of luck, make the best team win. Let's see a good spirited game of lacrosse. Thank you.
So welcome back to Barrett Reserve and the under-15s boys final between the Northern Thunder from Western Australia and the Western Metros from Victoria. And it is my great privilege to invite to the commentary box for the big one, arguably the best goalkeeper going around in the country at the moment. He'll be nice and shy about that, but Sean Aaron, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I don't know if I'd agree necessarily with that first comment, but I appreciate it and excited to be here.
Now, of course, you coached the Southern Cross this week.
I did.
So you had a pretty good look at both of these sides. Who do you think is going to win this one?
I know earlier in the week it was a tight contest, so it'll be interesting to see who gets the upper hand. I think this game might be won at the face-off X. You got two big time face-off men going at one another, and should be a dandy.
Well, of course, Ty Bidwell-Barton for the Northern Thunder and Jackson Marsh from Footscray going at it for the Western Metros. As we're underway here in the boys' final, we have a break initially just to get the ball started. Bidwell-Barton jumping the gun, and the Metros, we're going to get a good look at the Metros offence first. They've got a number of offensive weapons, the Metros, haven't they?
They do, and look for them to work the ball in towards behind, back to that left side, and look for some cutters. Their coach, as I know, is a Williamstown guy, and it looks like they're running a majority of a Williamstown-style offense.
Which you had a pretty good look at earlier in the year.
Yes, I did. Lots of shots coming my way for that one.
Metro's just moving the ball around. Marsh just kicking the ball around. Ball loose on the inside. Looks like this could be a heavy. We expect a heavy hitting game. Both pretty good sizes, good sized teams.
Absolutely, and the Thunder from WA, they've got good size, good athleticism, and but you've got some good sized boys coming in from the Metros as well.
Metro just kicking the ball around as we get a good look at everyone getting a touch. Seem to be going to at X. Metro have been playing that sort of style for as long as I've been on this planet, as they move the ball back around across the top. Marsh getting a look here on Bidwell-Barton. He'll like his match up there. Marsh, of course, dominated for Footscray back this year. I was astounded when looking into it. He had 92 goals and 41 assists just in under 15s. As Marsh unleashes a shot, but Bidwell-Barton more than happy to see that one across the line.
Good take, good test on the goalie.
Ball's going to be at the back with Warren.
Great check.
Great piece of stick there. Jack Heppingstone from Subiaco, the Subiaco Lacrosse Club. He's had a really good tournament for the Thunder.
I was very impressed with him when I was on the other side of the coaching box. Just an athletic defender, good stick, great speed.
Metro's swarming three guys here as they try and get the ball out. Tremendous clear though from Rodriguez.
That's a great effort.
Got himself a bit of space there. Metro's quick to cover it though and shut them down. Big hello to all of you for tuning in. Thanks for joining us here at the boys' final between the Thunder and the Metros. Those who are just coming in, you just missed a thriller in the girls' side of the draw with the Storm from South Australia prevailing in the dying seconds against the Stars from WA.
Looks like the Thunder going with an open set here to start. See what they end up working out of.
Of course, the Thunder, probably the front runners in the tournament. They've gotten ahead nice and early on this one, early and often.
I know they jumped us early. Let's see what we have here. Oh, great
Rodriguez
shot.
with a tremendous shot, bottom corner. Rips one past Lockie Hodge.
And it didn't look like Lockie had a great look at it. It seemed as though his defender had crossed just in front when that shot was released. Good placement on it.
You goalies will always defend one another, won't you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I have to side with you on that one, though. Yeah, he did. He shot through traffic, didn't he? As we get our first, let's hopefully we get our first real look at this Bidwell-Barton-Marsh matchup in the middle. Bidwell-Barton jumping on the first one to give Metros the first look at the game, but they didn't really do anything with it, and Rodriguez has gotten ahead.
Good tight contest here.
Bidwell-Barton with a tremendous flick. Gets a great bit of air on that, and Doolan it is, clearing the ball. But tremendous defense from Moat. Moat with the ball. He's had an amazing tournament as well. Plenty of size, good stick. Kicks the ball forward to Gibson. Small in stature, but certainly doesn't have a small game.
I'll be interested to see which team pushes in transition here. It didn't look like Western had numbers there, but it'll be like a telling stat to see who gets the transition goals today.
Yeah, I mean, if they go up and down, I mean, in terms of the tempo of the game, who do you think's more suited to the quicker style, and who do you think suited to a slower style?
I would say, with the limited bench numbers, just based on what I saw this week, I'd say that Northern they have a little bit more size, a little bit more speed, and I think with that Willie offense, they're content to kick it down and get their looks the way they want to dictate play.
Absolutely. So they're just kicking the. As we just had Metro just kicking the ball around. Again, numbers starting to pick up. Thank you very much for joining in. Very well spotted, Sean. Our producer, it's hard to find good producers around here, and apparently he struggles to count to one. So, but don't worry, we've rectified it. It is 1-0 to the Thunder if you're just joining us. We're all still catching our breath after that thrilling girls final. As it looks like another turnover, the Thunder certainly keen to get after it. Of course, the Metro Songs team very, very strong. Footscray and Williamstown, the class of the under-15 tournament this year, as they look to push the ball out again. Turning the pressure, and there's a flag called down.
Our first man-up situation here. Look to the middle, great handle.
Dolan kicked the ball on the inside. Will Sinski's had a tremendous week. He's probably been the pick of the bunch for those guys. Will Sinski with 13 goals from the Wanneroo Lacrosse Club for the Thunder. He's had a tremendous week.
Let's see what Northern comes out with here in their man-up set. Looks like they're going to set up into a 3-3.
They don't seem to blow you away in terms of. They don't seem to blow you away in terms of goal scoring. They're not going to throw bags on you, are they?
No,
but they're just
not.
steady and.
They've got their rotations worked out. Let's see if they can draw the Metro defense into their own little rotation package here. Boom.
Massive shot
Good look
from the
at the
outside.
goal.
Schluter with a cannon. Just a little bit wayward. Just getting an early look on Hodge here, putting Hodge under pressure. Thunder would love to try and capitalise on this early penalty. Metros have been pretty good all week. They haven't spent a lot of time in the box. Probably the least fouling side in the competition. No one with more than 4 minutes for the entire week. Yeah, a couple of your players combined might have more than the whole Metros team
Absolutely.
combined. Those cross boys are never afraid to throw a bit of wood, are they?
We spent a little time. Great save. Good look at it. Low to low. Saw it all the way.
Will Sinski there, their leading goal scorer for the Thunder, would like to have that one back if he can. As Hodge throws the ball away though. They might be able to recover though.
Good recovery.
Good defense.
Good heads-up play.
Good defense from McMahon down there.
That's another.
Thunder seeming to have all the ascendancy here early in this one.
Still waiting for Metro to settle in here. A couple unforced errors on the offensive and defensive side, but looks like here we're all even now.
Zinski with the ball across the top. They've seen off that man up. They kick the ball around. Back over to the side with Dowling. Big Wanneroo cohort in this team. Wanneroo, of course, losing a heartbreaker to Bayswater over in the under-15 competition. Went to overtime that game. It was an absolute thriller. As they kick the ball, continue to kick the ball around. Back with Dowling. Dowling looking to drop the hammer there. Sweeps wide. Great defense. Great double from the Metro. So not this way, sir. Out you go. As they continue to kick the ball around. The Thunder looking to press here. Being aggressive early, which is good to see. It's what we want to see here. Moore was going to pick all the moving pick there. That one was line ball. But probably there, I guess. Did get very late, a bit sloppy there. Certainly a good officiating crew out there today. Shane Abbott, Kim Panton, Luke Keesing. Probably the fastest officiating crew I think we've seen in a long time.
Oh, that's
As I think there might be a hold.
Flag there.
I think there's a hold there. He's hooked him. No problems with that one, good sir. Reece Paget just throwing the hook there.
Just a 30-second. We'll see if the Thunder can capitalize on their second man-up opportunity here.
It's funny, probably the least penalised side of the competition. They've already had a minute and a half in time in the box. They look to push it forward again. Balls with Rodriguez.
Getting organized here.
Rodriguez kicks the ball back across the top to Dowling. Dowling with the ball, back across.
for them to do an exchange, pushing the ball.
Let's see what Matt Angwin and Jordan Gillespie have figured out, but it doesn't matter what you can do if you throw the ball away like that. Don't really train for that, can you, Coach?
No, seeing some nerves early. A lot of lacrosse played this week, but when you play in a grand final, nerves always get to you a little bit in the first quarter.
Let's have a look at this. Metro's clear. They've struggled to get the ball out of defence. A tremendous ride from the Thunder, big and quick. Looking like it again now, about to go to a 4-on-1, but really well carried out so far from Will
Great
Olver.
effort.
Great work getting through
Beautiful
four
effort.
4 Thunder players.
Sometimes on the man down, you need an individual effort like that.
Absolutely. The Metros, of course, wouldn't have thought they would have been here come Monday. I mean, you boys rolled them in overtime, and then they got beaten by the Thunder by 2 in their earlier head-to-head matchup. But I mean, what did you guys do to beat the Metros?
Well, the majority of these boys have played against one another for a few years now, so they know the style, they know one another. And Coach Stephen Bound, head coach at Malvern for the under-15s, has a great idea, had a great game plan going in. First goal from the Metro.
Perso to the inside, over to Parsons. Parsons with the finish. The old catch and flick. Great finish, sticking it stick side high in Bidwell Barton. There was nothing he could do about that. Parsons it is. He's 1 goal to the tournament heading into today. He scores the first goal for the Metros, and we're knotted again at 1. Great feed on the inside. So back in the middle again, it's going to be an intriguing matchup in the middle here. Bidwell Barton jumped on the first one, but then nailed the second one.
You got to jump early.
Marsh has jumped, bit of nerves in the middle.
Jumped and
Like any good face-off man, Marsh no doubt remonstrating, telling the umpire he was seeing things.
just like goalies.
Yeah, exactly right. They're the 2 most unique positions on the field, aren't we? Face-off
are.
and goalie.
Can't speak for face-off men, but I certainly can for all the goalies of the world.
I will be the voice of those guys. No one ever jumps. We never cheat in the middle.
Nope. And I'm always first to the end line.
As they continue to kick the ball around, the Thunder had plenty of the ball early in this one.
Open set, look for the Thunder to continue their drives down the alley from up top. Looks like most of them have been initiated from the right side, looking to get that right-handed kick. Now we're rotating over to the left side.
Good to see so many people jumping on line early in this one.
Beautiful
As the
spin
ball
move. Good
rips
save.
the shot high, Hodge all over that one. Cooper Reynolds just ducking
Beautiful
and
outlet.
sliding. Tremendous play. The Metro are going to have an opportunity here as they push the ball through Perso. Perso draws the player, ripping it across the top.
Fantastic hustle by number 4 there, Cooper, getting back into the hole, taking away that transition opportunity for the Metros.
Gibson no doubt had his dad in his ear then, telling him to hold the ball, don't waste it. And the Metros will now get a good look at this one. Of course, we're tied at 1 apiece in this one. Still first quarter. You're just joining us. You're watching the grand final of the boys, ALA Boys Under 15 tournament. There's Will McDonald from Altona just sliding his way through early in this one. They continue to kick the ball around the Metros. Not really sure who the crowd's going for in this one. Obviously no South Australian side on board. The Stingrays beating the Braves earlier this morning to finish third. As Marsh steps on the inside and pops one low.
Switch back to his left hand and finished.
Marsh been quiet the last couple of days, but certainly going to want to try and have some influence on this game.
Absolutely.
He really had a good game against you guys, didn't he?
He did. And he was a big part of our scouting report going ahead because we knew we were going to have a tough day at the face-off X with him up there. But we'll see if he can get going here. But it looks like we have a new face-off guy with Jackson just taking a nice long run there. So we're seeing number 5,
Will
Oliver, who is a very capable face-off man in his own right.
Handy to have that as a backup, isn't it?
Yes, great issue to have as a coach, having 2 guys who can take each draw.
Absolutely. The Thunder going to be riding Bidwell Barton pretty hard today in the middle. Someone hasn't gone down correctly.
Procedure.
On I think it's Oliver.
Yeah,
Oliver no doubt remonstrating. Not really sure what he's done there. I think he might have lined up on the line.
looked it. So another free possession here for the Thunder.
Really haven't seen much in the middle, have we? Just the one draw.
The one matchup we were
Yeah.
looking forward to.
Yeah. Starting to turn into netball, isn't it? We're just going to. You wouldn't know much about netball, would you?
I know a few of the rules here or there.
Picking it up?
Talk to me about footy now. I know what we're talking about.
Oh, that's only because you're a Western Bulldogs supporter now, isn't it?
Red, white, and blue.
Well, I tried to wear my purple in support of the Stars today, and that didn't work out well for me. It's a huge bull dodge.
There's
Cut
that
it down and
Northern
giving him
Thunder
the
size.
business. Oh. Is the Thunder, see if he's able to capitalise on the
Another
steps
nice
himself.
save. It looked like Hodge got a nice piece of that one.
Absolutely, Hodge
Or
stepping
one of his
up.
defenders.
He's certainly stepping up early in this game, isn't he?
He has. Now let's see if he can keep it going for 4 quarters. Coming up the near sideline here. Good decision to pull it out, but I don't know about our pass. Did it squeak through? It did. So I think that's what the second or third turnover for the Metros in the clearing game.
They've had a few, haven't they? Yeah, they're struggling. They're really struggling to get the ball out at the moment. Huge hit through the middle as they continue to press and they continue to see what they can. Ring a ding, 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 ding. Schluter putting one off the pipe. It looks like the Thunder are going to keep possession though. They're going to have another crack at it.
It was a great shot, way to step in, good snappy release, but just a couple centimeters too high for him at the moment.
Thunder looking to try and see if they can level this game up at 2 apiece as they rip the ball across the top. Opportunity here.
Looks like
I think
a crease violation.
Yeah, he's gone in the crease. Umpire Keesing all over that one. Yeah, I think we have a time. No, I think that's first quarter.
Quarter time.
Quarter time here in the boys 2015 final, and it's the Western Metro who have jumped out to a 2-1 lead as we just look at the highlights from that first quarter, and it was the Thunder who took the advantage early in relation to in this game through a tremendous goal by Rodriguez, but then the Metro really started to assert themselves on this game. First with a tremendous little finish from Parsons, zicked that one nice and high, did a tremendous job, and then Jackson Marsh, arguably one of their leading players for the Metro, has got himself a bit of room high. A great split dodge, and then rips that one low again, and the Metro jumped out to a 2-1 lead in this one. So what have you really observed in this first quarter?
You can see the nerves. I think you'll start to see both teams start to settle in here a little bit now that they're a quarter into it. Big crowd, beautiful day out here in Adelaide, and but I think that if Western really wants to win this game, they'll have to clean up the turnovers in the clearing game. And I think for the Thunder, it's going to be continuing to get a good drive and look. I know when they played us, they had a nice initial alley dodge and then hit their cutter coming across the middle. So we'll see if they get back to that or if they've changed their offense up a little bit.
Well, look, it's been a good start, that's for sure. I think we're going to be in for a tight game here. It's an odd one, isn't it? Because you feel like the Thunder are certainly pressing. The Thunder are going to have their opportunities to hit the scoreboard, but I mean Hodge stepped up after that first goal, and I mean you defended him. You said he didn't look like he got a good look on it, and I think you've been proven right. I'll give you that. Yeah. He stepped up.
He's made some nice saves. It looks like the Thunder are trying to push a little bit higher because he is a little bit smaller in cage there, but he's got a quick first step and some decent hands there. So look for him to gobble up some of those high shots if you don't put it right in the corner.
Thunder are well and truly out in the field, nice and early. Again, you're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network, so please get out there. Tell everyone, share our page, tell everybody that we're all over this one. It'd be great to see some people, of course, a West Australian and a Victorian side out here today, so we'd expect to see as many people as we can possibly watching. First time we're going live on Facebook, so it'd be great to see as many people as we possibly can do getting in and watching this game. It's going to be a tremendous game, judging by the first quarter, with, of course, Metro jumping out to a 2-1 lead, and we're off in the second half. Bidwell, Barton and Marsh, another good look here. It looks like Marsh might be getting over the top on this one. Marsh has gotten underneath him. He's got the ball. Oh, he's come through with the boot there.
Let's see who wins the battle on the wing.
No, trying to collect
second up, third attempt, kicks it to the middle. Possession's called. Pops right into Jackson's stick.
Ball's loose as they fight over it hard, but the Metro are going to be able to take possession of the ball. They're going to be able to pull that one out. As we have a look now, get another good look, good extended look here at this Metro's offense. Perso kicks the ball back to X against McDonald. McDonald bringing the ball up. Moves it over the top to Pike. Pike and Marsh work together well there. Height gets himself a little bit of space.
Great look.
Looks on
beautiful.
the...
Beautiful catch and finish.
That's Kukuka from Altona with a great finish. And it's an even better feed, it must be said, on that. Metro jump ahead early in this one, 3-1 with the first goal of the second quarter. If you have a look at the replay, really good split dodge. Defender had no choice, but the 2 was slow getting over to it. Kukuka had plenty of room on that. And Kukuka with the clinical finish low as the Metro get their third. Big centre here for the Thunder.
Got the clamp. And it looks like Western will retain possession here. Moving it down to the wing.
Marsh
See if we get some fresh legs on for the
has
Metros.
certainly done. He's done that easy, hasn't he? He's gone the old pinch and pop. Looks on the inside to Oliver with some space. Rips it high. I think the Metro might be able to snag this one back, and they do. Great backing up there from Kukuka again, the last goal scorer.
Be interesting to see how much the Heat plays a role in this game, especially if the Metros can keep with the possession tally down here on the offensive end. Surely, if you're pressing out, just like the Thunder have been throughout the first quarter and here into the second, might become an issue later on in the game.
Lockie Warren looks to push the ball, rips it back across, rips it to the X. McDonald back over Kukuka. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly for his fans back home. Kukuka again steps the corner.
2 shots, 2 goals.
Metros are taking control of this one, and Coach Matt Angwin's going to want to have a chat about it as the Metro push out to a 4-1 lead. They just dominated the early going in this second quarter, haven't they?
They are. They're coming out flying. Their shots have been quality ones on net. They're not putting any, as we like to call them, cupcakes on goal, and they've jumped out to that early lead again.
So a big shout out to everybody back at home. Only a short time out here, so we just collect ourselves. And if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. You're watching Australian Lacrosse and you're watching it live here on Facebook. A tremendous crowd on hand. Got plenty of support in the crowd, obviously with the Victorian team and a West Australian team in here. Not really sure which way the crowd is going with it at the moment, but
looks like our fans to the left, including some of the Southern Cross boys, are getting into a shouting competition with some of the WA girls teams. See if we can get louder.
They're certainly getting into it, aren't they? I think your boys are winning.
I think so.
I never thought I'd say it. I can understand it with the girls, but I never thought I'd see the day where the Cross were going for the Metro. Aren't you hated rivals?
We are, but we've encouraged the boys to continue with the stateside.
Listen,
you're not very proud of the Victorian roots, and they're going to cheer on the old Vic
You're
side
not running
here.
for Congress here, Sean. Give me a break. What are the boys saying behind closed doors? Cross and the Metros hate each other.
We are arch rivals. This is my first time doing this, and I can tell you right now that there is no love lost between these two squads. But there are a number of boys on both teams who are close with one another off the field.
Well, an interesting move here by Angwin as Marsh pinches and pops the ball to himself. They put Heppingstone in the middle. I wouldn't be throwing the flag on that one just yet. I think Bidwell Barnes a very, very good centreman. So curiously, they've put Heppingstone in early in this one just to try and see if they can stem the flow, but it's done no good with Marsh being able to pinch and pop it at X. As they kick the ball back inside, Kukuka getting a look at it, but some tremendous defence from Keanu.
Great recovery.
Sinsky. Looking to move the ball around. McDonald at X, looking to come up, goal line extended.
Got up just
Gets
a little
bit
bit
of
too
space.
high.
Oh, another huge goal. McDonald step in the corner. Sloppy defense.
Very sloppy. It looks like the past couple times when the Metros have driven from X, the Thunder defense has been up just a little bit high on the shoulders, allowing them to get that extra little bit of step and leverage to twist and finish.
Yeah, not much working for the Thunder so far as they send Heppingstone back out to the middle to Marsh. And I mean, as a defender, look, as a defender in the middle, he probably shouldn't be contesting. I think the last one, what he's done is he's attempted to try and see if he could clamp the ball, but the fact is you're in there for no reason other than to contest the ball. So Marsh, that last one, just got the ball far, far too easily.
And it looks like we're going to have another man down situation.
I don't know what the situation
There
is.
was a flag thrown by the trail referee. Not quite sure what the call
Oh,
is.
there we go. So the designated defender, we're obviously playing designated defenders, only being a 16-a-side competition. And Hamish Tappan's going to have to wear the sins of Jay Bidwell Barton. As I think as if the refs are on this, there's about to be an illegal procedure. Oh, no, there's not. No, they're good, my bad. No, they kept the wing clear, and Marsh again, done it easy, picked the ball out, hit it over to Olver. Olver bringing the ball down. We're going to get this is our first look at the Metro's man up. As they kick the ball around the top, looks like they're setting up into a 1-3-2. Back over across to Olver. Olver back to the top. That's Marsh and Parsons just dinking it around amongst themselves at the top. Marsh going to have a look. A little bit of activity on the crease. Kakuka trying to get himself a bit of space as Gibson comes around. It's almost like a de facto wheel as Gibson comes around the corner. He's got himself a bit of space. Bidwell Barton more than up to the task though with a great save. Looks to go the quick clear, but they get a piece. The ball's loose. It's not going to hit the centre line. Oh no, it will do. Good check. Great check. As the Thunder are going to look to want to try and get some sort of an offensive set going here.
Or at least take the time off the clock in the penalty.
Absolutely. Zinski all over, but Oliver has recovered. The Thunder are looking to push, and they're looking to push hard. And they're going to get another look, of course, still man down. No, we're all clear, so we're all level here in this one. If you're just joining us, the Metros have jumped out to a 5-1 lead. Halfway through the second quarter, Marsh with the ball at the top.
And it's been all Metros here in the second quarter. I don't think that was the first time that the ball came over the midfield line there.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've even had a possession yet.
I just think they're throwing the contest in the middle far too early. Ty Bidwell Barton is a very, very good centreman. And I'd be backing him to sort of try and win that battle. Particularly given that I don't think any pressure is being put on Marsh on the pinch and pop. So, as Oliver has a look. Very good discipline here. Marsh with a bit of space. Open up the shoulders, looks inside. Cooker again.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Well, this crowd's certainly finding some boys.
There are those Victorian roots coming out.
Oh, God, it breaks my heart. It really does. Certainly does. As we head back to the middle, Marsh with a tremendous feed on the inside there to Kakuka, who's scored his third in this game. And the Thunder are on the back foot big time. Marsh, the Metros, with the last 6 unanswered goals, they certainly need to try and find a way to get back into this one if they can.
And a face-off win by the Thunder.
There we go, Bidwell Barton again, I'm telling you.
Sometimes you just need to take a couple off, clear your head, and get back into a rhythm.
Absolutely. You want a good battle in the middle, and you might lose a couple, but I think you've just got to persevere, change things up a little bit and see what you can do. And that's a great draw. As they kick the ball around the back now, the Thunder, let's have a look. This first time I've had to look left in a while. It looks like there might be a turnover, but the Thunder have got the numbers.
Look for them to try and get a possession and hold the ball, give their defense a little bit of a breather.
Stand
and then chip away at the lead.
That's right. We haven't seen a lot of some of their better players at the moment. Will Zinski, we haven't seen a lot of him with 13 goals. Ethan Kenfield has barely seen the ball, and he's had 12 goals. So hopefully we can set to see these guys start to make an impact on the game. Kirish Christian Snowsill, that's another one we haven't seen a lot of so far. So, the Thunder players are going to want to try and stamp themselves on this game at some point, and provided they're not in too big a hole. As the ball just kicks around, they continue to move it. The Thunder, not a lot of movement, but then again, they just need to get everyone a touch. As Dowling drops the shoulder again, looks to go the rip. I'm loving these dodging from Carter Dowling. He's a
throwing
big
his shoulder down there.
Oh, nothing like a good old-fashioned bull dodge. I think that was the only dodge I had in my arsenal. Certainly wasn't agile.
And I couldn't dodge, that's why they put me in goal.
But you could talk, so that's just the perfect combination, isn't
Exactly.
it? They continue to kick the ball around. Getting a little bit sloppy here as the ball is that's a turnover to the Thunder. The wheels are slowly coming off on this one. Not good news for the fans back in Western Australia. Make sure you jump online. It'd be great to hear from you all. Get behind your team. Share what's going on. There's a button at the bottom of your page. Share it to all your friends.
They want to push it here, but it looks like they'll be content to settle it.
Oliver with the ball. Kicks it across the top to Pike. Been a really, really exciting tournament this week. They've
The competition's been great. 'Cause
Oh.
on any day, any team can seemingly win.
I mean, other than you guys perhaps falling off, I think there's probably genuinely been 5 sides who could have a chance at various stages look like they were going to win it. I mean, you look like
Absolutely.
you're in pole position day 1, day 2. Metro looked like they were in a lot of trouble after dropping games. The Thunder went undefeated, but then they got rolled by the Braves, who then got rolled by the Stingrays. Meanwhile, the Metro took those 2 losses on the chin and just got better and better and better. Now we're seeing the fruits of that. As Oliver just swings across the top, back inside to
They're looking to
Kikuka.
hit that middle.
Eppingstone looking to get involved. Throws the-
unforced error. Good soak by
Oh,
the defender.
great save. They've managed to stuff that little foray into offense, which is good. I mean, defensively, do the Thunder need to do anything? Do they need to get more aggressive? Or what do they
I
need to change
wouldn't
up?
say aggressive. I would almost lock down that crease and go into either an adjacent rotation, or we found success when we were hedging. Hedge and show the slide to see if you can force that early pass.
I mean,
But
the
it's-
Williamstown connection surely means that they're going to pick you apart if you kind of give them that opportunity to feed, aren't
Exactly, they do.
they? Williamstown and Footscray really good with that.
Another uncontested look from behind. Look for Metros to continue attacking from X. Finding great success and getting some good looks here.
You feel like the momentum's just stagnating a little bit. I mean, I think the Thunder are arresting things a little bit, though I think they're still nervous down in the offensive half.
Yes, just a couple unforced errors down there. Look for them if they get the ball back to see if they can settle things down a little bit.
Metro continue to push, look to throw it up. Gibson's got some space with the shot if he wants to. Bedwell Barton with a great save off his
Beautiful
feet.
save. Up.
And funny, the Thunder looked like they were controlling the clearance game early, but the Metro were forcing a turnover, and they'll get another look here. Kikuka with 3 goals already.
Another deflected pass off a clear.
Oliver with the ball, looks to go inside.
Another
Kikuka's
look. Oh,
got...
he's wide open.
Oh, ring-a-ding, ding, ding, ding. Puts one off the pipe, knocks out a couple of worms in the process. This ground, certainly after the deluge that South Australia's had, this ground today showing a little bit more bounce than any of us had expected as Wainman pushes the ball on the break for the Thunder. They've got options if they want to, if they're good enough, and Hodge with a huge hit.
Beautiful play by Hodge coming out.
And don't the defence tell him about it, and so they should.
Timed it up perfectly. The attackman had his back to the play, didn't move his feet, and the goalie was able
And
to
more importantly, didn't go through the back. Waited for him to turn
Waited for him
around,
to
which is the
turn.
biggest challenge, isn't it? You've got to time
The
it.
referees have been calling that one rather tight this week.
Mind you, it's almost a flag-free Friday scenario. They've been good so far. We haven't seen a lot of penalties, which has been nice. The guys have been playing.
Lets the boys play.
And, like I say, it's a good crew out here. We continue to kick the ball around.
See what the Thunder have in store here. Good look.
Oh,
another pipe.
ring-a-ding, ding, ding, ding. Wayne one puts one off the pipe. Hodge,
Another rushed shot there.
Hodge has been big for them so far. Over with possession. You feel that if the Metro gets a 10, this one's over. Metro have really not given up big scores this week. They've had a very good defence. There's passes. There's a
With that Thunder offense, I think they're capable of scoring quickly, especially if they can get in a little bit of a rhythm at the face-off X, but we'll see what Jackson Marsh has to say about that one.
Absolutely, he's been very good so far in the middle for them as the Metro get another look. Thunder unable to capitalise on that unsettled situation moments ago. Marsh at the ball. We have a
timeout.
And Coach Gibson's going to want to have a chat about it as the Metro take control in this one, leading 6-1. So if you're just tuning us, thank you for joining us on the Australian Lacrosse Network. It's been all Metro so far early in this one. The Thunder scored the first goal, but the Metros have responded in kind, scoring the next 6. But earlier today, though, on the men's side of the draw, the day started off with the 5th place playoff, and your boys had a pretty good win.
We did. It was we played the Phantoms for the second time in as many days, and it was good. I think the boys had a little fun today, especially got the cobwebs out early for such a early morning start. But it was a good way to finish up the tournament with a couple wins.
Well, in the 3rd place game today, the Braves and the Stingrays. The Braves, had an opportunity to be in this game today, but couldn't get the job done against the Stingrays yesterday. Had a rematch today. Have a look, scroll down our Facebook page. We had the last 30 seconds of that one as the Stingrays prevailed in a tight one. I think they won by 2 to claim 3rd place. And then, of course, on the women's side of the draw, the Comets and the Flames started the day with the Comets prevailing, taking out a tremendous victory to take 7th place. The Ice from Victoria got some revenge today, prevailing in another tightish game against the Lightning from South Australia. We gave you a bit of free lacrosse because we love you, and we gave you the end of the Fire Waikato game, which turned out to pretty much be a full game because we ended up going to overtime on that one. 4 goals from Waikato in the second period of overtime was enough to get them over the line 11-8. And then, of course, in the game that just before this one, the Storm in a thrilling 1-goal victory over the Stars from Western Australia. A heartbreaking loss to the Stars, whose only 2 losses have been by 1 goal in the last minute to the Storm. So I think Coach Levy and Coach Wills will certainly be having nightmares about pink storms. So, but we're back here now though with live action as Coach Darren Gibson's given the boys their marching orders.
Check.
And I think we've got players seem to be stagnating. I think that should be going the way of the Thunder, but we're waiting to see what's happened. I think there's a flag down on the play. That's coming out of the CBO.
Can't tell what the call.
I think they may have had too many men on the field. We might have to figure out what's happened there. But no, I think there's a penalty on the play. Certainly they're offside too many men or too many long sticks on the park. Bit of a mistake there after a timeout from the Thunder. But they'll get an opportunity here to try and see if they can hold this at a 5-goal game. Metro's no doubt looking to consolidate the advantage as they go back into their offense. Marsh and Parsons just switching it up. They've changed sides, I think, from memory, from what I've seen. Parsons kicking the ball across the top. A bit of movement there. Warren with the shot, rips it wide. And no backup, a cardinal error.
Interesting. It looked like it was going the other way, but the officials have deemed Thunder worthy of the ball.
That shouldn't even be close on a man up, though, should it?
No, it really
You should have someone at X. As the Thunder clear the ball out, short-handed, Sam Doolan just bringing the ball forward as the penalty's expired, and we'll get a look at the Thunder here as they no doubt try and cut the margin. Look, if you're coaching the Thunder, what are you realistically aiming for the back end of this second quarter?
Oh, not that right there, that's for sure. Looking to try and settle the boys down a little bit. I still... They're getting sloppy on the offensive side, and hopefully the defense is doing a great job of bending but not breaking, if you will. And we'll see if they can eventually get settled before this game really gets out of hand. The last thing you want to do is give this Metro squad free possessions.
Oh, absolutely, and they've done that in spades. A couple of really bad turnovers from the Thunder. As they kick, Marsh looks inside. Warren's got a bit of space. Warren corrals the ball, rips it. Bottom left-hand corner. Marsh has been instrumental in this with another assist. And the Metros jump out to a 6-goal lead. That's 7 unanswered for the Metro. And the Thunder are in all sorts. Probably only a few minutes to go in this second quarter. So you, having spent all of your time in Victoria so far, I mean, are you used to this thing out that's above us now called sunshine?
I don't know. I think I've got a couple layers of sunscreen on now, but going back-to-back winters, I am very excited to see that giant glowing thing above us.
Well, it's halftime here in the boys' tournament grand final here at the Glenelg Lacrosse Club, and the first half has been all the Western Metros. They conceded the first goal before the Metros responded massively, scoring the next 7. So, from the Metros, what did you take out of that first half?
They found a lot of success with that initial from 2 spots, actually, from that top alley dodge or from a sweep, and looking to hit that cutter coming left to right with a good finish coming stick side low. And they've also found a couple opportunities coming from behind at X with the Thunder defenders just getting a little bit too high and not getting that leverage. But it'll be interesting. My thing too is it looks, based on the scores we've seen this week, I think the Thunder have come from behind a couple times.
Well, yeah, I was going to have a look at that at the break. I know they did it against the Stingrays, and I think they did it earlier. Their first 2 games of the week, they started really, really slowly, but came back from deficits like this. But we'll just recap the second quarter for those of you who are just joining us. And it started off 2-1. We had a game on our hands, but the third quarter could not have been any more comprehensively the Metros. And it started off with Joel Kukuka what an amazing, dominating from the inside. A great feed there from Edison Pike, who managed to get himself a little bit of space. And the Altona product, Kakuka, was huge in getting that lead ahead as they continue.
Everybody's awake now.
As they continue to kick the ball around, Kakuka stepping the corner magnificently to snag the Metro's fourth. Then they continue to keep the foot on the throat. The Altona product was all over it. Will McDonald this time turned the corner and stuck the winner again.
Hold it up, Nicole.
As the Metro's got out to a 5-1 lead.
Today,
We've got a raffle going on. We might
those
give
that
it a
have bought
break for a
ticket.
second. Oh no, we'll keep going. As Joel Kakuka again managed to find himself a little bit of space and a clinical finish again. They've just been so good finishing with the ball before Lockie Warren.
And the winner is
If I were
Lincoln
the goalie for
Potter.
Thunder, I'd almost start cheating a little bit low, stick side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Link, come and get your helmet.
that's what they've been doing as Lockie Warren from Williamstown pushed the margin out to 7-2, and it's the Metro that have absolutely leapt out on this one.
Thanks to everybody that bought a
lead.
ticket. The money and the proceeds from the raffle go to sending lacrosse equipment to Uganda. So that's a good cause. So thanks to everybody that bought a ticket. Well done, Link.
Look, we're going to take a very short break here on the Australian Lacrosse Network. It's half time. We've probably been out of here, so we apologise for that. But it's 7-2, so we'll take a short break. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. Welcome back to the Glenelg Lacrosse Club, and we're all in readiness now for the second half. An interesting little battle there. The Thunder were out probably 3-4 minutes early, but the Metro said we're not done yet. So the boys just sitting there waiting. Coach Gibson making sure he milked every second of that halftime break. Of course, the Metro in no rush with a barn-burning first half as the Metros head to the second half leading 7-1, and it's Bidwell Barton back in the middle again with Marsh. This one's all over the show. Bidwell Barton with the ball. Going to want to try and get it out. The ball bobbles loose. Great pressure coming up from the offensive work by Gibson. Gibson having a crack. We've got a foul, something. That the ball's going back. The ball's going to the Metros. They would have wanted that one.
No, it's going back to the Thunder.
No, they're calling it back to. Oh, it might have been a wrong. Oh, I think we're all confused. What's going on?
We've got a flag
There's a
down.
flag.
on the other
No.
field?
I think there
like a
might be some
flag
people
flying.
playing around with a flag on the far side of the field. Certainly looked like one, didn't it? Got some nasty airtime.
Surprised seeing so many flags flying this week.
It makes things interesting. You do all that work on your offensive man-ups, you know,
Absolutely.
and defensive. It'd be a waste if you didn't actually spend time uneven. As the Metros take possession of the ball, the Thunder, look, if the Thunder are going to get back into this, they've got no choice but to try and get possession of the ball. They just need it.
Otherwise, they can just sit there and milk the clock a little bit, and it doesn't look like they've had any issues scoring goals today.
Absolutely. Marsh just playing around with the ball at the top. They're in absolutely no rush at the moment. The Metro sporting a very, very, very handy lead. Metro just kicking the ball around, getting everyone a bit of a touch early in the second half.
You can see the Thunder defense a little bit slower to go out and pressure now. I don't know if that's a coaching change or if that's the product of
Perso with the cut, but a great piece of stick there by Danny Kruger. He's their leading foul getter this week, so you know he's not afraid to throw a little bit of wood though. And again, here we go. The Thunder have really struggled with their ride early in this game. The ball's loose. They've got the numbers there if they can stop it. No, the ball's going straight back.
Goalie's got to come out and be an outlet for that one. Can't let your defender just keep getting whacked and throw a relief pass to the middle of the field there.
Certainly got to change it up, don't they? Do something. As McDonald on the corner. McDonald finishes another one, and the Metro have now scored 8 unanswered to take complete control of this game.
That play was way too easy. It looked like the Thunder defense was still reeling from that turnover there, and the Metros capitalized on it with 2 quick passes for an easy look to finish past the goaltender.
Well, Bidwell Barton's back in the middle here for Master. The Thunder are going to have to, if the Thunder are going to ooze their way back into this game, it's going to have to almost certainly start here in the face-off. So there's going to be a lot on Bidwell Barton's shoulders here. Keanu Zinski up on here, up on the defensive wing for the Thunder. Rodriguez on the far wing. They're going to need this double to do something. Bidwell Barton with the ball, Marsh all over him. Bidwell Barton stepping out from trouble. He's got himself a little bit of space as they try and close in. Marsh looking to put pressure on him. Bidwell Barton steps inside, throws the ball across to Snowsill. Snowsill's going to want to try and start to get into this game. A lot of the big names for the Thunder we haven't seen a hell of a lot of so far, so we need to start to really see those guys step up. They're going to need to start trying to hit the scoreboard early and hard.
Oh, there we
and
are.
right on, Will Zinski turns the corner and a foul.
See if the call will stand. I don't know if you got him for a hold, but you never know with let's see what we've got here. No, so it's a hold, so it'll be wiped out. But a great effort. Turn the corner, we'll see if that's the spark that the Thunder need to get their offense moving.
Well, if someone's going to do it, they're going to want to look at their best player to try and see if he can get that rolling. And Will Zinski's been having an absolutely tremendous week. He was identified by the ALN as a player to watch in this tournament. And he certainly hasn't disappointed with that prediction. He's been all over it. So back in the middle, Oliver back in the middle again. Bidwell Barton coming out for another run. No rest for the Wicked. That's a beauty having a Fogo. They can continue to recharge their batteries as Barton's won it again.
Oh boy.
Got issues with that stick. It's not pinching him. He's pinching really well, but it's just not popping comfortably.
I can't tell if he's worried about getting called for the double pump or not.
Yeah, well, he's certainly trying to make a...
He's doing the hard part.
Yeah, he's doing the hard part. He's winning the ball. He's getting up. He's getting some clean air, but probably now he needs to spend some time at the Matt Schomburg School, Fogo Lax. Will Oliver, his first of the day. Finding himself some space on that far side. Great split dodge. Got just a little bit of space. Rips it low, and they haven't missed many shots, have they?
They haven't. They're like I said earlier too. They're putting them in great spots, and the northern goal is really not having a good look at them right now, and it's even more difficult when they're going right into the corner there.
Crowd's certainly firing up here at Barrett Reserve. Stack of Victorians certainly starting to find their voice. Good back in the middle again. Bidwell Barton up against Marsh. Intriguing battle. Bidwell Barton's been getting a bit of the ball. Ball's bubbled loose. Rodriguez had a beat on it, but left it behind. Bidwell Barton's picked it up. Looking to get some space. Moat's all over him at the moment. He's going to want to get some help pretty quickly. Looks like he's going back to Heppingstone. Good take from Heppingstone, and the Thunder are going to get a look here. No doubt looking to try and find a way to claw themselves back in this game. If you're just joining us, the Western Metro lead by a score of 9-2 here early in the third quarter.
Started to see a little bit of a turn here at the face-off X, but it looked a little dicey on that last one, but the Thunder were able to maintain possession there. Good heads-up play by the defender to pop up and provide that relief pass. And we have a bit of a stalemate behind. See how they play it.
Zinsky
kick. Ooh, tough look.
Certainly stepped the corner there. As Schluter takes possession of the ball for the Thunder. They look to kick it around. I reckon they need to probably get within about 4 heading into the last.
They can chip away here.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to be too much further behind that. I mean, the Thunder have been good all week, but I guess I've got the concern about their ability to hit 10 goals against a side like this. Rodriguez looks inside. Great defense.
Oh, didn't turn the corner enough there. Let's see who wins the race.
That's going to go Thunder. Good
Great
call.
effort there by the attackman to get his body in front of the defenders.
Great step by Zinsky. Zinsky's found himself a little bit of space. Draws the contact from Warren. Wears it nicely. Looks to step the corner. Good defense though from the Metro. So they continue to try and kick the ball. Ethan Kentfield.
Right now it looks like the Metro or the Northern Thunder's offense is standing around watching the initial dodge coming and not working like they have all week off ball to get those easy looks.
Thunder just being patient at the moment as Kentfield looks to step the corner. Hodge all over it though. Great shot from Kentfield. But Hodge was more than up to the task. He's had a pretty good game, hasn't he?
He has. He's seen the ball well. He's another turnover in the clearing game. Both sides have yet to settle down. Now Hodge has got it back on the back of the crease again. See if he can find an outlet. Use your outlets there. There you go.
Yeah, both sides been a little bit sloppy in transition today. But you feel like the Metro certainly got the better rub. Great hit from Heppingstone. Great check. As they continue to kick the ball around, the Metros move into yet another set. Western Metros are leading this one 9-2. Give us a shout out for if you're watching this. Be nice to know we're not talking to ourselves. Jump on, let us know where you're watching the game. You're of course watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. This is the boys under 15 grand final between the Northern Thunder from WA and the Western Metro from Victoria. I'm joined in commentary by goalie extraordinaire and superstar and all-round nice bloke Sean Aaron.
Trying to get my mom to tune in now.
What time would it be back home?
Something like right around 2 in the morning, I'd say.
Oh, she'll be up. Yeah, absolutely.
If there's tennis on or lacrosse on, she'll be watching it.
Technical foul on the Thunder. 30 seconds, they're going to ride out a man up here. I mean, we've been saying it for a while now, but they just cannot afford to let the Metro score another one if they want to try and stay in this one. Holver kicks the ball around across the top to Marsh.
For them to lock down that crease and keep everything to the outside.
Yeah, their sliding hasn't been great today. They've been getting absolutely picked apart on the slides, haven't they? That number 2 has been a little bit off. Just you can't give these sorts of players time and space. As the Kuka steps the corner again, he was instrumental in their push, scoring 3 of their first 6.
And good backup there by the Thunder.
Metros with the turnover on the man down as the Thunder go even. They've got an opportunity here if they're quick enough.
Let's see what they can do here. You've got a double team.
Cooper Reynolds is free on our side of the field as Will Zinsky puts the shoulder down, clears the ball. He's had a really, really good week for the Thunder.
Rodriguez with the ball, great individual effort to get it across. He's almost been a bionic clear for them when they have been successful. It's usually when the ball is in his stick.
Rodriguez. Yeah.
He's had a good day on the in the transition game for Northern.
Yeah, he's big and he's quick, isn't he?
He is. You can only hope to be a speed bump when he comes through.
Yeah, the Thunder they're not opposed to running over players if they need to. Good to see a lot of support
Draw
coming out from the
here.
fair amount of
Great
support for the
individual.
Metro.
Oh, just didn't turn the corner.
Yeah, Zinski couldn't get there. No, I was just saying there's a bit of support online for the Metros. So good to see some Victorians watching. Of course, it's hot, it's dry, and we have electricity in South Australia. Something I thought I'd never say. So we're stoked to be able to bring you live coverage of the Under 15 Grand Final. So thanks, of course, for tuning in. Again, as I say, make sure you share our page and let people know that we are on live as right now. You can watch from wherever they are on their mobile device. So we got to look at the Thunder man up. The Thunder want to start chipping away. He's going to start with at least a couple, get a couple of goals. I think they've got to get within 4. I think by about 3/4 time. Hodge all over that. Great goalkeeping. Read that nicely.
Got to change that plane a little bit there. Even with that bounce shot, it still kicked up and went where the stick was released.
Sinski grips the shot, but Hodge again. Hodge is having an absolute
All
cracker. I've probably got him at about 7 or 8 saves. Called for too long in the middle.
As a fellow goalie, I can feel for him on that one.
Let me guess.
Looked to be
They
a
hit
quick
the 4 second.
That was
Yeah.
a quick 4. You hate to see that one called.
They continue to kick the ball around. Not really much movement at all. I mean, they're man up at the moment. They need to start to do something to sort of penetrate this defence. They're not drawing and dumping. It seems to be quite slow, allowing the Metro's defence to sort of slide over and cover the options. Ball's
Just trying
loose.
to work that right side there.
Marsh with the ball, clearing the ball for the Metro. Lost opportunity there for the Thunder. Will Olver in the middle if he's quick enough. This is an unsettled situation for the Metro. They can push it if they want. The Thunder look out on their feet. Gibson with the ball looks at... Oh, that's text. That's a textbook.
Not much you can do if you're the Thunder defense on that one.
Absolutely textbook from the Metros. Joel Kukuka again. That's his 4th. And I think we have a foul on the play, all the way back at the other end. We have a cross-check being called as well on Cooper Wainman. We'll just have a look at the replay on that one.
And you can start to see some of the body language changing for the Northern Thunder here.
Yeah,
Starting
absolutely.
to see some shoulders round a little bit, starting to see some heads down. So if they're hoping to climb back into this game, they need to get a couple quick ones here to get their confidence back.
Oh, I think it's getting to that stage where I think they're going to need more than a couple of quick ones just to get back into this game, make it a game. As the Metro pushed it out to a 10-2 margin. Marsh gets the better of this one, but Keanu Zinski's got the ball, beat on the ball if he wants it. Great ground ball as he looks to push. Bidwell Barton's got some space in the middle if he can corral the ball. Warren's pushing, Bidwell Barton's pressuring. Warren's in front. Great pick up at speed. And there's a flag on the play
Bring
for
that one
Bidwell
hand
Barton.
off.
As the Metro got a flag on the play, they can have a bit of a free shot here. Marsh pings one into the turf and it shoots over the top. Bidwell Barton's going to take a seat for a minute. Compulsory drinks break, we like to call them.
Absolutely.
Ball starting over in the corner with Gibson. Gibson back up to Marsh. Marsh and Parsons back across the top again. Parsons and Marsh, they're going to play the ball across the top at least initially. It's almost like a variation of a wheel. Expect to see Gibson come around the bottom, come around the crease as they look to move it back. Gibson's there. If they can find him, he's going to have a shot.
Oh, great save.
Defense way too slow moving to that. Hamish Tappan probably holding on a little bit too long. But the Thunder have recovered. Bidwell Barton with the ball, but he's lost it. Snap the corner. Gibson with the ball, and nothing is going right.
That's an absolute backbreaker. Make a great save, and then unfortunately lose it in the clearing game, which has been the story of the Northern Thunder's day today.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker, isn't it? Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there. As the Metros are absolutely pushing this one out now. 11-2. Just a timeout here. I mean, okay, thinking about it from another standpoint, if you're Darren Gibson, what are you saying to your Chargers at this timeout?
Keep pushing. It's too early to start sitting on the ball and becoming complacent with your offense. I think in defense you need to keep doing what you've been working on all day. They haven't really given the Thunder any big opportunities to convert, and they've been staying out of the penalty box, which I think is key. And on the offense, just keep pressing. They've been moving the ball well. And this is as good as they've looked all week, and we knew coming in that they were one of the teams to watch and probably the favorites in the tournament, and they're showing that here today for us.
Well, they're certainly showing it in spades, aren't they?
Absolute clinic with some of the inside finishing.
What I've been most impressed with from them so far is just their ball movement. The way they're moving the ball has just been incredible. They've been doing such a good job with that.
We have another change at the X, so I guess the Thunder, Bidwell Barton, I think, is the one in the penalty box, so we're going to see Heppingstone take the draw against Marsh.
Which is
here.
funny, because I didn't necessarily think that they were doing a particularly bad job.
Yeah.
In the middle. I thought the middle's not their problem. They've been getting plenty of the ball. They just need a spark offensively.
I think that he'd be out there if he wasn't sitting for his compulsory drink break.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, real clear lack of a backup face-off man in there if you're going straight to your long pole. But that's just the makeup of the team. I guess with 16 on a side, you know, limitations somewhere. Gibson with the ball, Bidwell Barton with the save.
See if they can pick up the GB here.
Kuka with the shot. No, McDonald on the far side. And that's three-quarter time. Here in this one. Another quarter dominated by the Metro as the Metro outscored the Thunder 4-1. Not one quarter to play in this one. It has been all the Western Metros. As we just have a look at the replays for the third quarter. And it started off with the Western Metros just continuing to consolidate on what they'd done. The Altona connection really coming to the fore. Kukuka had a great second quarter, and Will McDonald getting the ball underway. Game underway for the Metro. The Thunder pushed the ball through Will Zinski. He managed to hit the scoreboard to give the Thunder a fleeting moment of hope, cutting the margin back to 8-2. But the rest of the quarter belonged to the Metro yet again. This time with Will Olver getting his first of the game before Joel Kukuka scored his fourth on another great finish. They haven't been wasting their opportunities when they've been getting them. They've been showing up the deficiencies in the Thunder. The Thunder slides a little bit slow today, and they're being made to absolutely pay for it. And the 11th goal, of course, on a fast break, just textbook fast break to the point man, to the corner. And Harry Gibson, I think it was Harry Gibson, more than happy to take the benefit of that one. As the Metros jump out to an 11-2 lead here at three-quarter time. We've got one quarter still to play. Sean, who's a lot of good players for the Metro today? Who's stood out for you?
I think in terms of saving the ball, I always got to start with the goalie. Hodges made some big-time saves. He's been a little shaky in the clearing game, but luckily he's had his defenders there a couple times to clean up a couple mistakes. But he's made some timely saves for his squad. And I think at the face-off X, you've got Marsh on and especially on the offensive side too, because he's got a couple goals, and his main target's been Kukuka. They're sitting right on the doorstep. And one thing that stands out for me is their assisted goals. They've got a number of assisted goals today.
Yeah.
And they're not just working the individual connection here.
No, they really have, haven't they? It's that ability to just draw and dump. They've done an amazing job with that. Just smooth. I think the shooting percentage has really been pretty handy as well, hasn't it?
Absolutely, and especially last quarter too, when the Thunder seemed to get a little bit of their mojo back at the face-off X.
Yeah.
We've got it looks like, is that Rodriguez in there for Northern at the face-off X?
Let's have a look. Who we
Haven't
got?
seen him in there today.
No. Who is it? Or I think that might be Carter Dowling. Hard to see it from the angle that we're sitting. No, it's Carter Dowling in the middle. Doing not a bad effort. He's doing pretty good. He's holding the ball up.
Turning it into a scrum.
Little bit of dust out. Dowling going to deck as Perso picks the ball up, kicks the ball across the top to Gibson. Gibson to X to McDonald. McDonald having a look. The Metro look to get stuck into their offense again and really consolidate on this mammoth lead that they've had, 11-2 to the Metros. They kick the ball around. They've got Johns at the top. Haven't seen a lot of him today, so good to see him out there. Elliot Johns from Footscray getting a little bit of game time as they kick it over to Perso. Eppingstone goes down, but Perso's more than happy to hold the ball. Kicks it over to Kuka. Kuka looking to push the ball. Good defense from the Thunder. Marsh with possession for the Metros. He'll no doubt be reeling. I think he was on the back end.
Looks like the Metros are more than content to run with it a little bit and not push it if they don't get the look that they want.
Johnson's going to want to be careful here. The Thunder are swarming. Rodriguez is up there. He's dangerous in that loose ball situation. Someone's gone to deck. The ump's letting him play. Great non-call. Eppingstone flicks the ball out. He's got a beat on it if he can get a little bit of freedom as the Metro look to consolidate and shut that down. Eppingstone looks on the far side. Great look. Great sight to find Kentfield. Kentfield looking to push. There's a player on the play, so the Thunder are going to get an opportunity here.
I just don't like what I'm seeing from the Thunder offense. A lot of it's just trying to, too many guys are trying to do too much right now.
It's certainly stagnant, isn't it?
Let's see if they can get chip one away here on the man up.
They continue to move the ball around. Rodriguez at the top. There's no movement. It's a bit stagnant at the moment. Kentfield back up top. Zinski's having a look. Good defense from McMahon. Only 3 Altona boys out there today, but they've all had really good games. They continue to try and push the Thunder. There's no movement there.
We're all standing still. Let's see if they can get a look here.
I mean, they're man up at the moment, and it appears to be a broken play. Umpire Panton just stopping the clock. Thunder at the back with Snowsill. Snowsill with possession, looking for any form of movement. Throws the ball directly to Olver. Olver with the pickup. Wears a little bit of pressure as the ball's looking to push towards the end line. The Thunder swarming.
Check there.
Great recovery from Zinski. Zinski's got the ball. Will Zinski looks up high. He's got Kentfield with the ball. Kentfield looking to push. Looks to feed inside. Great take.
Good
by
handle.
Schluter.
And good backup there by Hodge.
Hodge winning the ball back. He's always been my man player of the game, I think, for the Metros. I mean, it's been such a good even contribution across the board from the Metros. Kuka's had a lot of goals, but a lot of that's also been just right place, right time.
But Hodge has made those
great saves,
timely plays.
Exactly right, especially early on in the piece when the Thunder did look like they had some chances.
Loose ball here in the middle. Eppingstone with another great ground ball. If he gets it out in space, he's off to the races.
He's a player to watch, isn't he? Good body shape, good size for a fast defender. Kentfield with the ball, throws the ball away though. Snowsill out there being pressured by, looks like Brock Gurley. Zinski trying to turn the heat up, showing tremendous composure, the Williamstown player.
Great effort.
Kicks the ball over to Rawdink. Rawdink back with Olver, Will Olver. A lot of Williamstown players out there. Of course, they dominated the under 15 final, didn't they?
They did.
Won pretty comfortably. Over, I think Footscray it was.
I believe so.
Good year for Williamstown back in Victoria this year. Shout out to all the Williamstown folks that are tuning in to watch.
I've tried to block that game out of my memory bank.
I think you weren't the only goalie having nightmares after that final series, thanks to Williamstown.
They just keep coming and coming. Let's see if the Thunder can get a clear here.
Well, Bart with the ball.
Good look deep. Oh, another.
Olver with a great one-handed take and showing a little bit as well. As they continue to move the ball around, Olver, got Warren up high if he wants to. He's going to kick it around to Rawding.
Pretty content looking offense right
It's
now.
fair to say that the steam has well and truly gone out of this game. If you're just joining us, the Metro have just dominated this game. Gave up the first goal, but have scored 11 of the next 12. Warren with the ball.
In the middle of the field and on the offensive end, it's just been wide open.
Yeah, it really has, hasn't it?
You could drive a big old semi right through the middle.
Roddick with the ball, looks to go the split dodge. Certainly a complete redo of the earlier on in the week when the Thunder won by 1. Just been all over the ball. All over the ball on the deck. They're just showing such great composure at Western Metro.
Winning the one-on-one battles. And finding the easy look.
Oliver with the ball. Really good set here. Kuka.
The thing that I've been most impressed with the Metros today is that they haven't tried to do anything out of the ordinary.
No,
They've made the easy look. It looks like they're sticking to that game plan that Coach Gibson's put forth for them, and it's paying dividends for them today.
I think we have a timeout on the Metro. Halfway through the last quarter, about 7 or 8 minutes to go on this one, and it is all the Western Metro. No goals yet to speak of in this last quarter, but the damage has already been done as we head to a likely Western Metro's victory. We're going to have a really short break here, so you're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. Welcome back to Barrett Reserve, the under-15 boys final, and it is all one-way traffic. Those of you in Victoria who are tuning in, you are going to be very, very happy indeed. Your Western Metros have scored 11 of the last 12 to lead this one 11-2 here halfway through the last quarter, and we are deep in the Western Metros half. Oliver with the ball, the Thunder looking to get a little bit aggressive here. Changing things up a little bit, locking off a lot of their players, but Oliver's got space, and Oliver makes them pay. Oliver taking advantage of an aggressive Thunder set to score his second, and the Metros 12, and the margin is out to double digits, 12-2. I certainly didn't see this coming.
No, I don't think anybody here saw this coming, especially after the tight contest earlier this week. In which the Thunder prevailed.
Yeah, there really hadn't been much between the top 5 sides, had there? I mean, I think you guys got blown out once against the Braves.
We did. But every other game's been pretty close, and I think that's all you can really ask for in a tournament like this. And it's been a good month for the Western teams, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, the Western Metros, the Western suburbs have had a pretty good run, haven't they?
They have.
Great take from Will Zinski. I hope I'm pronouncing that right to all the folks back home. Obviously now I think it's just a matter of mitigation and damage control, just to try and see if they can add some respectability to this scoreline. I mean, look, and not to take away, I mean, today hasn't gone their way, but that said, the Thunder have had an absolutely tremendous week, and the folks back at Subiaco, Wembley and Wanneroo should be very proud of their efforts. You're obviously not seeing their best today, but they have been the front runners all week, played some tremendous lacrosse. They've won tough games against the Western Metros earlier in the week, and the Stingrays only... Oh!
Beautiful shot.
Woo! Oh! Been waiting to bust it out, but Daniel Schluter with a laser, popping one from the outside and caressing the inside of the top pipe. What a beautiful shot as we have a look at that one on the replay. That is a sensational goal by Daniel Schluter.
Beautiful shot, stuck it right inside the pipe.
Club. We have a look at that one again, gets himself a little bit of space, puts that one high. Not a lot Hodge could do about that. You're not going to blame him for that one. That's just one of those goals, isn't it, where you just go, well,
You got to tip your cap eventually.
kudos to you, good sir. Legal procedure
A little bit
on
of a jump.
Bidwell Barton. That Schluter lighting one up there.
I wonder if we'll see the Thunder start to press out a little bit more, knowing that the clock's ticking, or if they're going to be content with sitting back and locking down that crease. But it looks like we're going to have a penalty called here on the Thunder. Another slash.
Bidwell Barton not happy about that call, but that's his second foul of the game.
We'll have a minute to go and think about it.
That's right. Make sure he's hydrated on this exceptionally hot Adelaide day. 25 degrees, the sun is well and truly had. I hope you slip, slop, slapped if you came down to the ground. I certainly didn't, and I'm going to wake up like a tomato tomorrow. As Rawding at the top, we get another good look here at the Western Metro's man up. We're running the same thing here. For the turnover, the Thunder have forced the turnover. Great defense from Danny Kruger. Kruger being harassed though by Pike.
Oh, don't throw it to the middle of the field.
The one place he probably shouldn't do. But a terrific take. Doolan bailing him out there, taking a pack mark. That's
Good
a
effort
contender
on
for
the
mark of the year.
Great effort on the back check there. Whoop. Flying
Oliver
in.
again. Oliver pushing hard for the ball. Ball's loose. I think that's Murphy, Henry Murphy from Footscray pushing hard.
Looks like we had a stray ball on the field. That's the reason for the whistle. And it looks like the Metros retained possession.
Quite a fortuitous break there, I would have thought. The Metros, Will Oliver, have been very, very good in transition. Very, very handy.
Good
and just
check.
as I said that, I put the kibosh on him. But a great recovery. He's won the ball back, being harassed, looks to go deep. That's unforgivable. The defence weren't locking off. Rawding got himself a hell of a lot of space. Marsh rips a shot high. Just too many talented players on offense, this Metro's outfit. Marsh, back to Oliver. Metro's hell-bent on trying to push this one out.
And I think it's key looking at the Thunder. Look at all their sticks. They're down around their hips and ankles.
Not
Played a lot of defense today.
Yeah, they really have, haven't they? And it's warm too. Kuka in the middle again. I'm really impressed with his crease play. He's there again if they want him. Gibson sold what he didn't have at that particular point. Rawding with the ball. Great hustle. Just takes his time. Oliver back across the back to Pike. Pike being pressured by Kruger. Pike puts it up high to McDonald. McDonald's got Rawding if he wants him. Rawding sure gets out the way. Oliver's high. Eppingstone's going to look to try and pressure. Eppingstone throwing some good wood. Of course, the rules are slightly modified from senior lacrosse. Got to show a little bit more control and a little bit more restraint. As McDonald with the ball throws
We've
the
got
ball
a
across the
stall
side.
clock going on. Metros have to keep it in the restraining line here.
Now both ball in a stall. And they well-drilled side move the ball to the bottom half of the field.
Just as
And
we
they-
say that, they throw it away.
Yeah, I put the kibosh on. Ball's loose and we have an offside. No, he's called a push.
That ball must have been tipped by the
just-
Thunder team then.
Just enough on it, didn't he? Ball was loose though, so no one took possession, which is keeps it in dispute. But the Thunder have got the ball now, trying to see if they can score their fourth of the game. Of course, before we finish up, I want a huge thank you to you all for tuning in. It's great. We're thrilled to be able to bring you Australian Lacrosse Live here at the Australian Lacrosse Network. Fantastic to be able to showcase the next generation of stars at what is one of our favourite tournaments. And there's been a late hit on the flag, a late hit over on the far side. Oliver's going to be done here. Is it Oliver? Or no, I think McDonald might be. Let's have a look. No, try again. 3 for $1. Let's see who's going to sit down. I'm just going to wait and see if someone sits down.
Looks like it could be.
It's Brock Gurley taking a seat. we'll get another look. But no, big massive thank you to the ALA for getting behind us. Hodge with the save. Of course, all the tournament organisers here down in Glenelg have done a fantastic job in trying circumstances with the Storms earlier on in the week. But they've done a tremendous job, put on an amazing week of lacrosse down here at Glenelg. We've got flags as well, so as we get another flag down. Rawding looks to push the ball. Look at this Rawding kid. Johns with the ball. Johns finishes it for the Metros. Elliot Johns, that's his second goal of the week.
Another beautiful looking transition, one pass and an easy
Rawding,
dunk.
surprised he hasn't scored the goal. I like the look of this kid because he's pushed the ball, drew the defender, found the man, and everybody wins. Well, at least the Western Metro. As the Victorian portion of the crowd of Southern Cross certainly finding a little bit more voice. I think there might even be some Northern Warriors guys in there. Bit of talk in the middle there.
It looked good, didn't it?
I don't know if that was cordial. I thought it was cordial to start with. I think Marsh certainly trying to get in their head.
With the referee standing there, I can't imagine too many pleasantries were exchanged.
Look, nothing like a bit of banter in the middle. Marsh picks the ball. That stick's been pinching and popping for him beautifully. As the Thunder look to press the ball. Bidwell Barton with the Lord.
Starting to see some new guys on offense for the Metro side. Oh, and another easy look.
Great sell by Bidwell Barton in the cage there. Gibson had himself a little bit of space. Bidwell Barton pushing, trying to recover the ball. Great work. Wearing the hits. It must warm your heart seeing a goalkeeper get out there.
Oh, it does. Oh, and then another launch to the middle.
Maybe not that part.
No.
He was running out of options though, wasn't he? I think that just shows, the mindset's clearly gone. The heads have clearly dropped. No one was out pushing. No one was out really
and
trying
another
to assist
penalty
him.
coming up for the Thunder here. And the ball's dropped.
And as I was saying, look, as this game winds up, a big thank you again to everyone, all the organisers. Living Choice, of course, for sponsoring the tournament, the ALA for getting behind us. Ackland Travel as well, big supporters of the AON and the ALA. And look, more importantly, guys, please get on our Facebook page. We're trying to pump you full of information. We've got a hell of a lot going on at the moment. We've got the men's Sharks tryouts have started. And I see you're in the squad, Sean. Put your hand up.
Giving it a red hot go, as you Aussies love to say.
We just need to make sure we find you a good Australian girl, get you married, settle down, get your passport.
That or a job, one of the two.
No. No one wants one of those.
Nice save there.
And you've got your tryouts, what, next week?
Actually, they started this weekend, but unfortunately I was unable to attend the Melbourne tryout. But I believe that they're here in Adelaide, I think, next weekend.
Adelaide next week. I think WA the week after, of course.
The week after.
We've been fortunate enough to get a really good insight from Glenn Meredith about the men's side, so stay tuned to the ALN and we'll be giving you all the insight on that. And of course, the big one, the Australian women's team over in the US at the moment. Fall Classic tomorrow, for those of you who don't know. The Australian women's squad will be taking on England, Canada, the USA and North Carolina over 2 days at the US Lacrosse headquarters out in Sparks, Maryland. So
beautiful new facility over
pretty
there.
good, isn't it?
Just opened up, I think, about a month ago.
Yeah. No, it's going to be great. They've already played Loyola and Navy. I know they've got a game coming up as well, I think, against Towson. So it looks like there's a late hit on the play. I think Warren might have milked that one just a little bit.
I think so.
Didn't think there was much on that.
No. Good attackmen are always taught to show it a little
bit. Are
bit.
you saying all attackmen are prima donnas? Is that what you're saying?
I think they like to show it up just a little bit.
That's what I'm hearing.
And then they like to let us know when they sling it by us.
Oh, look, absolutely. And they love a good squeal when they get hit, don't they?
Absolutely. And I try to keep my mouth shut because I don't feel like getting hit in the head.
And put this one in the books. The Western Metros are your 2016 Australian Lacrosse Association Boys Tournament winners, prevailing over the Northern Thunder from Western Australia 13-3 as we have a look at the highlights from the last quarter. And the Metro really kept the foot on the throat early in this one. Just some fantastic connections there being made, and I think it was Will Oliver who scored for the Metro. The Thunder got one back though. If you're going to get one back, make it a good one. And Schluter with the laser putting one in for his third of the game to try and get that back under 10. But then the Metros responded again. Elliot Johns with his first goal of the game off of some fantastic work from Tane Roddick. And the Metros pushed out to 13-3. And the Western Metros are your 2016 champions. They lost their first two, but rebounded in spectacular fashion.
They did. Like a good team, they got better as the tournament went on, and this is the best that they've looked all week, and I think it's a pretty good time to make that happen.
Well, look, we're going to stay tuned on the ALM. We're going to try and get an interview with a couple of the players. So don't go anywhere. Please make sure you stick around. But while I've got you, look, big thanks to Kath today for helping me out with the women's. Fantastic to have a multiple-time Australian women's player coming on board and giving us her insight into what was a thrilling final between the Storm and the Stars. And of course, hopefully a first-time Australian goalkeeper. And Sean, thank you very much for coming in, the late call-up.
Absolutely, thank you. So my commentary debut, and I'm glad I had someone in the booth here to lead me along here. So it was an awesome week. Big thank you to the good folks out here in Adelaide, my first time out here, but big thank you to everybody who put on the tournament. Great showcase for all the up-and-coming talent and potentially some of the talent on the next Aussie Under-19 squad.
Absolutely, a preview for what we're going to see in our next Under-19 squad. So big thank you, Sean. Look forward to seeing you in East Fremantle colours next year. Ryan Sparks going to kill me. We made sure, so jump on my Facebook page. That's Tim Kennedy. And you'll get an insight of Sean Aaron in his new East Fremantle attire. Camberwell folks, look away while you can. But no, look, thank you very much, guys. Look, stay tuned. We're going to do a quick wrap-up in a second. We're going to try and get a couple of interviews with a couple of the victorious Western Metros. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network. Welcome back to the Australian Lacrosse Network. I've been joined here by Lockie Hodge and Joel Kukuchka, two of the victorious Western Metros. Guys, congratulations. Tell me, how good does that feel?
Feels amazing. After 15 years it took us. Feels amazing. And losing last year, it's phenomenal. Like, it's amazing.
I got no words. It was just amazing effort by the boys. Everyone gave 100%. Really good to see. We actually really worked as a team today. It was good to see. Played a great game. It was good.
Now, you went down, you obviously had a pretty average start to the week. You got lost to the Cross in a heartbreaker, and then you lost to the Thunder by a goal. After those first two losses, what did Darren say to you guys to turn you around?
He goes, actually, first of all, he goes, do you just want to muck around for the rest of the tournament or still stay serious? And we all said, let's go serious. We still have a chance. And look what it's brought us. And he just said, let's just go.
Absolutely, and he's absolutely did. He certainly did that, didn't he? He's dropped the hammer, something fierce. But just on that Thunder game in particular, I mean, you lost to them earlier in the week. What did you really change up today to try and get ahead?
We found their most top players, I guess to say, and we tried to really lock them down. And I reckon our defence did that superbly, and our attackers shot low, which they were told to do, bounce shots, shoot low at the goalie, and they did phenomenally. It was good to see.
Well, you certainly look like you had your Weet-Bix today. Found a heap of space in there. What, did you not brush your teeth or something? The defence gave you all day in there. I mean, what was going through your head? You were making some great shots.
Oh, I don't know. It's just, they just let me free, and I showed them that they shouldn't let me free in the crease. That's it.
Hey, look, and you in the goals. I mean, how many saves did you have? And don't tell me you didn't count, because I had Sean Aaron sitting with me. All goalies keep count. How many do you reckon you had?
No, I did not keep count today. A couple, just a couple.
At least 15.
Just a couple. I think it was a little bit more than that, just quietly. Well, congratulations, guys. Fantastic result today. Blew them apart and really put a stamp on this. So thanks a heap for joining us, and all the best, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Go Metros!
Well, that just about wraps everything up here for the 2016 ALA Living Choice Under-15 National Tournament. The lacrosse keeps coming, though, thick and fast. You have the women at the moment over our national women's squad over at US Lacrosse headquarters, about to do battle with the Yanks, the Canadians, the Poms, who they'll no doubt be seeking some revenge against after their test series loss earlier in the year, and of course the University of North Carolina. 4 games in 2 days starting tonight. Make sure you tune in. Check our website later on in the day. We'll have details of the free live streaming that's going to be put on by USA Lacrosse for those big games. And of course the Sharks, their 2018 campaign started this week in Melbourne. Stay tuned to the ALN as we give you coverage of the squad and how it's being whittled down, with insights from coaches of both national squads, Glenn Meredith and Trish Adams. And finally, to put a bow around the year, stay tuned later in the month as we bring you Awards Week. The final power rankings are going to be released. Who's the best club side in the country? Let the debate begin. We'll have your answer for you in a few weeks. We'll also have our inaugural All-Australian squads, the best players around the country honoured, as well as the best individual players across all of the positions. So there's still plenty of action to come on the Australian Lacrosse Network. Also, don't forget 2 other big tournaments coming up. The Box Lacrosse Championship, going to be coming to you live from Victoria in November. And of course, the East Coast Cup. New South Wales do battle with Queensland for bragging rights in the northeast of our country. Exciting times for Australian lacrosse, and the ALN's going to be there with complete coverage of all of it. So all we ask before we sign off, guys, make sure you like our page, share it with your friends. Let's get as many people as we can following the ALN, and let's spread the word that Australian lacrosse is back and bigger and better than ever. My name's Tim Kennedy, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next tournament. You've been watching the Australian Lacrosse Network.